In those days Deng Xiaoping a word, turn the tide vigorously, stabilize political power, black cat or white cat, which could catch mice will be a good cat. Let some people in some areas get rich first. This sentence is tantamount to the government and the people signed a contract. Party A promises to improve Party B's economic life. And Party B agreed to let Party A continue to govern. The tacit agreement between the ruler and the people can be called Deng's covenant. During the more than 30 years of reform and opening up that followed, Party B basically accepted all kinds of political turbulence. Because the economic life was indeed constantly improving. Time has come to 2012, Deng's covenant has been a severely challenged. Although the economic life of Party B is still improving, even at an unprecedented speed, no one knows that the largest piece of economic fat produced under the Deng's covenant actually falls into Party A's pocket. Party B starts to ask a common-sense question, is China that rich? So rich to Party A to take away so much fat meat and I still have house, car, and deposit? Is my property real? Is it secure? Let me give you an example. A 40-something vice president of a state-owned financial company, let's just call him Mr. Li. He owns 2 properties in Beijing, with a market value of 10 million yuan RMB. He has millions of yuan in savings in the bank, and husband and wife earn 50,000 yuan a month. In any other country, the 3 members of Mr. Li's family should all be small rich people, and they should have no worries in this life. However, Mr. Li has a high sense of insecurity about his future life. He does not even know whether his wealth will be still his in 10 years' time, and how much it will still be worth. The point is that Mr. Li is still a party member. Mr. Li's uneasiness and skepticism represent some of region and some of people who first became rich over the past 30 years or so. If even this group feels the same way, not to mention the insecurity of being in most of the region, most of the people. In the reality of the power structure of Party A, is Deng's covenant black cat or white cat in 30 years? After some people in some areas become rich, what should be done next? Deng Xiaoping left the problem to the posterity. After Xi Jinping came to power in 2012, the plan was to governing the party and fighting corruption. Governing the party and fighting corruption is not a new plan, because it has been shouted for 30 years. And the result is that the more the governing, the more corrupt, the more fight against corruption and more corruption. Corruption is out of control, some blaming it on hitting flies, not tigers. But others have pointed out that corruption has been the driving force behind the economic takeoff of the past 3 decades. And that without the lubricant of corruption, China's economy would not have risen. Putting these 2 views together reveals one of the most fundamental contradictions in China's economic model. If China does not fight the tiger, the corruption in China will become more and more serious, and the people cannot continue to tolerate it. But if striking tigers, the deterrent effect will make the operation of the country's economic machinery lose its lubricant and shut down. In fact, Xi Jinping's 2012-2017 leadership team is caught in this dilemma. Xi Jinping's fighting the tigers without limit and has removed the top leaders such as Zhu Yongkang, Xu Caihu, and Guo Bozhang, as well as several incumbent members of the political bureau of the Central Committee, numerous provincial and ministerial cadres, as well as a number of serving members of the political bureau of the CCP Central Committee, and numerous provincial and ministerial cadres. The people have seen their boldness and determination, but the chilling effect of its factional connections also plunged the state administrative machinery into the overall inaction. Obviously, after more than 30 years of working under the power structure of China, the Deng's covenant has come to an end in 2 respects. First, even a part of the pre-rich class in some parts of the country have begun to feel a strong sense of insecurity. Second, fighting the big tigers to solve the problem of structural corruption has been caught in a dilemma. At present, China is in urgent need of a new treaty for both Party A and Party B. This task falls to Xi Jinping. We can call it Xi's covenant for the time being. Xi's covenant must cover several aspects. 1. How to eliminate the productive element of corruption from the party machinery, the state machinery, and the administrative machinery can still resume operation. 2. How to make the pre-rich class feel secure about their legal assets. 3. How to make the non-rich class have confidence in their future life. This is by no means an easy task. As Professor Sun Liping of Tsinghua University, he's Xi Jinping's doctoral dissertation advisor and known as the national mentor, said in a recent article, Xi Jinping's reforms have fallen into two traps, totalitarianism on the left side and rich on the right side. The article said, in order to suppress the rich and powerful group, it is easy to take the road to totalitarianism. But if the rich and powerful group gain the upper hand, it is likely to be another war of plundering the wealth of society and the people. Either way, the outcomes are unthinkable. China's overall politics, economy, and society, in essence, are again in the situation that Deng Xiaoping faced that year. However, this time the situation is even more serious. Whether the rationality of party as ruling can be sustained or not depends on the content of the Xi's government proposed by the 19th CCP National Congress this year, and whether Party B agree the bill. But now, judging by the Xi's government's increasingly heavy-handed repressive, unless he returns in time, the people will not be able to pay for his new treaty. The next 10 years will be a critical period not only for world civilization, but also for Chinese civilization. Remember and don't forget. God bless the world.